Katie. In today's video, we're doing another Q&A. So, hope you like the video. Make sure that you're subscribed, please. Okay, we're just gonna get right into it. I asked you guys to ask me questions on Instagram. If you're not following me over there, make sure that you are, just to hang out with me more and see this face more. Who doesn't want that? All right, get into my phone. Okay, it wasn't letting me get in. Does your phone ever just forget what your face looks like? Like if you have the face recognition ID thing, my phone about half the time is like, I don't know what face that is. That's not, no, not letting you in. And then I try to put in my password and then I mess it up and it's... Anyway, hi, how are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? Let me know in the comments how you're doing. I am very hyper, obviously. And no, I don't drink caffeine. I think most of you guys know that, but I every once in a while will get a comment that says like, LOL, lay off the caffeine. This is me not on caffeine. All I've drank all day was, I think, like 3 or 4 cups of water. So this is me on water. Tiffany asked, what's the silliest thing that you and Ted have done together? So Ted is my older brother. He's like the love of my life. He's my favorite person in the entire world. And growing up, we did a lot of silly things. One thing in particular that I remember is that Teddy and I always used to love to, and I'm sure, please let me know in the comments if you guys were the same when you were younger. We used to love to play in giant boxes. And so there was one time that my mom got, oh, what is this hair doing? I can't tell because the screen is so far away and it's so little, but if my hair is messed up, I'm really sorry. I tried today to do my hair, but sorry. So when we were younger, I guess my mom got like a new refrigerator when we were really young, and Teddy and I like climbed in the box. And we ended up kind of like swaying in it a little bit and then we fell over. It was just like the funniest thing to us. And I'm pretty sure we have it on videotape. So maybe like the next time I go to my mom's house, I can see if we can find it and I can play that for you guys, because we just thought it was the funniest thing in the entire world that we just like tipped over in this refrigerator box. Yeah, man, Teddy's the best. He's the best person in the world. We've done so many fun things, but that's the first thing that comes to my head when you say like the silliest thing. Glenny Glen asked, who would win in a fight, a plate of spaghetti or one single nacho? I'm Italian. I gotta go spaghetti. I gotta go spaghetti. The spaghetti could literally drown the nacho. They could drown it. Spaghetti, all the way. Oh, I really want spaghetti now. Mom, if you're watching this, can you send me spaghetti? My mom makes the best sauce. My mom also, just wild PS, has a cookbook. It's a gluten-free cookbook because she's also gluten-free, just like I am. And it's an Italian cookbook. It's on Amazon. It's only like a few dollars. It's an ebook. And it has her sauce recipe and it has our antipasto recipe. It has like a really good cheesecake recipe, a bunch of things. I will have it listed in my description if you want to purchase it. Seriously, just to make her sauce. Her sauce recipe easily is worth like $100, but I think she's selling the book for just like a few dollars. So if you want to know like what I grew up on, you should buy that book. Someone asked, when you were little, what did you want to be when you grew up? I wanted to be a zoologist and I wanted to be a teacher when I was like real young. And then when I went to college, the first thing that I thought I wanted to be was a pharmacist. And then after I hit like calculus, I was like, no, because I was always really, really good at math. Math was like my best subject. Math and music were my best subjects in school. And I loved math, but calculus is not math. Like I really, really, really did not like calculus. And to become a pharmacist, you need, I think, up to Calc 3. And I was like, no, absolutely not. So I ended up changing to study sociology and psychology and political science. And now I'm a YouTuber, which is not a zoologist or a teacher. So. Oh, Funky Fork asked, what's your first memory? Like the youngest you ever remember being? So I think a lot of people's first memories are about the age of like 3-ish, but mine was actually at 5. And I don't know if that's just because my brain developed in a different way, or if just because my memory is bad, because my memory is, wow, so bad. Or what I actually think it mostly is because my mom was like the OG vlogger. My mom always recorded videos of us and we'd always rewatch them growing up and even as adults. And so I think my brain just got a little bit confused of what was a memory and what I saw on video, you know what I mean? So the first memory that I have that I know was an actual memory and not just something I saw on a videotape, because it was at school, and obviously my mom was not there recording, was when I was 5 in kindergarten, and we used to have these blow up letter people. So it'd be like a person with like a big M on them or whatever for like the letter of the week. My teacher would hide them like throughout the classroom, and we were supposed to go find them, and whoever found it got, I don't even know, some kind of special prize or something. And I never found one. So that's my first memory, is like never finding a letter person in kindergarten. One psychologist told me once that there's a theory, meaning that, you know, you can't necessarily prove it or they haven't or whatever. A theory that your first memory really ties to how you feel as an adult. So like if my first memory was not being able to find something, that might mean that I spend my life searching for something. I don't know. It's a cool thing to think about. I don't know if it's true or anything, but it's cool to think about that, or scary to think about that, whichever way you look at it. But I just also realized that, does the couch where it's hitting look like it's like cutting my head off? Should I move? I just noticed, is that like weird? Oh, that's no better. Crap. This is just the angle for the video. Sorry guys. Does it look weird? I feel like it's gonna look weird. Ah, crap. Pink Drink for the Heart asked, is cheesecake a pie or a cake? I don't know. This is like in my last Q&A that I did a couple weeks ago, that someone asked me if cereal was a soup, and my brain exploded. Is cheesecake a pie or a cake? I guess it's a pie. Yeah, it's a pie. It has a crust. That one was easier for me. My head didn't really explode. But then why do they call it a cheesecake? That's ridiculous. That's silly. Oh, my battery's dying. I just charged you. Not fully, but I thought it was enough. I'm just gonna keep talking until it dies, so let's see what happens. Someone asked, do your neighbors ever wonder who you're always talking to? Luckily, I have pretty thick walls in this apartment, so I have no idea if they hear me talking all the time, or if they kind of like try to sneak out when I leave to see if I like live with someone. I don't know. But we have pretty thick walls here, so they probably can't hear me, but who knows? I have no idea. Maybe. Okay, Shanny Bells asks, choose between a house with no windows or a house with no doors. Okay, does that mean that instead of doors, it's a wide open space, or does it mean it's just a wall? Because then I'd rather a house with no If I'm on the ground floor, I could just have a house with no doors and I could just climb out the window. But then getting anything in the house would be very, very annoying. Probably a house with no windows, and then I'd make all the doors have windows in the doors. Like be those doors that have like glass panes in them. Is that cheating? Maybe. If you were a shoe, which shoe would you be? So first of all, that reminds me of Rachel Green saying, you're a shoe, you're a shoe, you're a shoe. No, I don't want a shoe, it's a metaphor, daddy. Do you guys remember that? Anyway, I would be like a mule. You know those like Gucci mules with the fur inside? I would be those, but the Steve Madden version. That's what I would be. I love that. I have the Steve Madden ones. I love them. That's what I would be. They're comfy, but they're still kind of cool, you know? And like kind of like fashion trendy, but also like you might wear them even after the trend's over just because they're so comfortable and they kind of go with everything. Black ones, obviously. Hey guys. Oh, that's so different. Oh no. Is that a similar angle? Is that too close? How's that? Is that a similar angle to before? So, hi, my camera died and I obviously had to take it off the tripod to charge the battery. I don't know where my backup battery is. No idea. Like I have 2 batteries, don't know where the other one is. But so I took the camera off and then I moved the tripod like a straight up dum-dum. And then I was charging the battery and I made dinner. So I ate like a chicken wrap thing with onions and pickles and ranch. What's a better combination? I should have put mashed potatoes in it. Dang. All right, next time. Anyway, now I'm back to answer more questions. Someone asked if you had a pet, would you name it a person name or something random like a normal pet name? Probably a person name. You guys know I have a pet fly now and his name is Harry. But then my stuffed animals are Biscuit, Cornbread, and this one we just named Butter. So I don't actually know now. So I take back the human name. But maybe, I think human names on like dogs are very funny. So I might very much consider human names and then, you know, I'd be open to other names, but I think I'd start with human names because I think they're funnier. David asked, have you ever tried a fried bologna sandwich? No. Do you fry the bologna or do you fry the whole sandwich? Is it like a grilled cheese, but fried and with bologna instead? I've only even had bologna once in my entire life. I was at my dad's house in Connecticut. So this was a very long time ago. Like I was young and I think I put ketchup on it because in my head it was just like a flat hot dog. But also, can you please explain to me what a fried bologna sandwich is? Because that sounds gross. Like I don't want that. Misty asked, do you listen to any Christian music artists? Yeah, my favorite, hands down, is Austin Stone Worship. Austin Stone is my favorite church, and their band is my favorite worship band. So seriously, you should go check them out. They're so good. Oh, someone asked, did you dream last night, and can you tell us what it was? Yes, I did, and yes, I can. Okay, last night was one of the weirder dreams I've had in a while, and it was probably the funniest dream that I've ever had. Like, I think that I thought it was even funny in the dream, and then I woke up and I thought it was hilarious. So, I was at some like restaurant, I guess. This is a long dream. I'm gonna cut it short. I was at some restaurant, I guess, and Casey Holmes, who's a YouTuber, she does makeup and stuff, she was there, and she was real mad at me. Like, I've never met her or anything in real life, but in my dream, she was real mad at me, trying to say that like I copy people's content and stuff. So she was trying to like literally physically start a fight with me. So I had to like hold her hands down. And I guess even while I was holding her hands down, I was kind of like slapping her hands, I guess, to like get her to stop like trying to fight me. And then one of the times that like I went to like slap her or like push her away and like do this, I ended up hitting A-Rod because A-Rod was sitting right next to her. So I hit A-Rod. And then I guess like next in the dream, I was hanging out with Hitchcock and Sully from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Don't remember what we were talking about, but we were hanging out and talking. And then I walked over, the A-Rod part really was the funniest part to me. Because it's just like all of a sudden, like I accidentally smacked A-Rod. Hilarious to me. Then I hung out with Hitchcock and Scully from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and then I walked over to a booth and I sat down, and Jerry, George, and Elaine were there from Seinfeld. I was sitting next to George, and then I was across from Elaine, and Jerry was across from George, and we were all talking about like what just happened in our individual lives. It was a very like funny kind of skit that you would almost even see on Seinfeld. Like, I was telling my story about how I just accidentally hit A-Rod, and like they were all telling stories, we were all telling them simultaneously, and it was really, really funny. And then I looked down at my purse on the table. I don't know why my purse was on the table, but it was. And I looked down at it and it was opened, and some of like Jerry and George and Elaine's stuff were in there. And I remember thinking it was so weird because one of them, I can't remember who, one of them had multiple credit cards. But in whatever dream reality this was, I don't know how far in the future this was or what, because everyone, no matter how many credit cards you had personally for yourself, they all got combined into one. Like one credit card, one debit card, one everything. So everyone only carried around one card, but one of them had multiple. And then I woke up. And that was the whole dream. It was so weird and it was so hilarious, and I woke up like almost laughing because it was so funny. But I generally hate dreaming because I think a lot of you guys know I have nightmares a lot of the time. If I had the choice to stop dreaming and never ever ever dream again, or continue to dream the way that I do, I would much prefer to never dream again. That's how often I have nightmares. But last night's was freaking hilarious. Ooh, Nikki asked, would you rather be able to fly or be able to read minds? If the reading minds thing I was able to turn on and off, then maybe that, just because have you guys ever tried to ask, especially a man, for like their honest opinion about something? And sometimes you can't tell if they're giving you the whole truth, or if they're exaggerating, or if they're just straight up lying because they don't want to get in trouble, or you know? So sometimes I'd like to be able to read a guy's mind, but only sometimes. If it was like a constant, I had to read everyone's mind, absolutely not. But I feel like also I would only have to read someone's mind once or twice, and then when they found out that I could do it, they would stop lying to me. No? Okay, the last question I'm gonna ask is from Allison Laurie, and she asked the favorite place you visited outside the country, or the first place that you've ever visited outside the country. So, a lot of you guys know I've only left the country once. It was with a boyfriend I had a very, very long time ago, like, gosh, probably like 6 or 7 years ago at this point. And he lived in New York City at the time, but his family was from the Buffalo area, and he grew up out there. And he and I were dating for like a week. I'm not even kidding, like a week. And he went back to Buffalo for Thanksgiving, and he bought me an Amtrak ticket to go visit him because he knew my passport was expiring and that I never left the country before. So he bought me an Amtrak ticket, and I rode up there, forgot the word, rode up there, And me and him and his parents walked over to Niagara Falls on the Canada side. And we were there for like 3 hours. We rode on the Ferris wheel. I remember taking a picture with a dinosaur. I have it on my Facebook somewhere. We went into like the little gift shops and stuff. We saw that big chair and went to Tim Hortons. And yeah, it was fun. That was the only time I've ever left the country. But at some point, I'm definitely gonna do more international stuff. But my one time out of the country was, even though it was such a short little time, was very memorable and very fun. But that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. I really like doing Q&As. I think that they're fun to see like how creative you guys can come up with questions of. That's not a sentence. I really like doing Q&As. I really like to see like the questions that you guys come up with and how creative you are. So go follow me on Instagram because that's where I ask you guys to ask me questions. So if you wanna be involved in the next Q&A, make sure you follow me on Instagram and then you can submit questions when I ask for them, or just whatever you want, really. But yeah, again, thank you so much for watching, and please make sure that you're subscribed and that you click the notification bell as well so you're notified of when I upload, which is 3 times a week. And yeah, that's gonna be it. I hope that you guys have a wonderful day. I love you, Jesus loves you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.